The second element is what is mainstream. Oftentimes people look at mainstream, this terminology, and they refer it to white. Now, I disagree. Or if you refer it to Hispanic Americans or Asian Americans, no. I think the correct identification is at any given time and place. For example, in Los Angeles today, if you add perhaps like 40% of the milk, meaning white, and 40% of the honey, say, representing the Hispanic Americans and the Asians, and perhaps a few percentage of the chocolate representing the African American, and then you mix this together. Now, this particular drink, in my mind, it's called mainstream. So mainstream can vary according to the place and the time. Once we recognize what kind of country is this, which is a nation of immigrants, what is mainstream? At any given time and place, according to the ethnic makeup, the demographic makeup, this is called a mainstream. Now, by doing that, then all of a sudden you have the tone set, and then you can say, we are really part of the mainstream. We are really part of this community. And naturally, this kind of resistance, or perhaps you want to call differences, will go away easily. However, for many people, I would have to say that unfortunately, don't recognize these kind of fundamental elements. Oftentimes we'll refer mainstream to as white, or, hey, I am Americans, and you are a foreigner from a foreign countries, which are totally incorrect.
If I might add, if I understand your question, the problems that are inherent in any multicultural society such as ours really are based, in my mind, in one thing: ignorance. Ignorance of the other side, be it a religious group, be it a nationality, an ethnic group, whatever it might be. My son was going to college back east, and he started dating a Chinese American woman. We got very close with the family, but she also made it very clear that she wanted her daughter to marry a Chinese American. And there's some laughter in the audience there, especially from women, because I know what's happening here. We all know what's happening. You go into the Armenian community, it's the same thing. Fine, you can date people outside the Armenian community, but I want you to marry an Armenian. Why? Because they're a little fearful, and some of it is, I understand, we have traditions, we have cultures, we don't want to lose that. We have a rich heritage. What happens if you marry someone who is not from the same cultural background? Will you forget about this? Well, I would hope that they don't forget about that. Now, my son and his ex-girlfriend are still extremely close friends. They're not going to get married, but nevertheless, it would be a richness that we all see.